Hi everybody, thanks for joining me, and we're going to zip through this very quickly. Let me just get one thing. There we go, got it. Right, you're looking at the dollar index. So new Fed chair is installed and we are sitting in the range. I'll tell you what, let's mark this. This is the day that Steve Warsh joined the Fed here on Friday. So whichever way we pop out of this little range is going to be potentially the trend for the dollar for at least the coming months, for potentially the rest of the year. So if we sit above this 99 and parity, we can break back up and potentially go back up to Jan 25 highs, particularly if we break out of this funnel pattern. Anybody knows me well will know this funnel pattern is very powerful, and if we break above it and pull back, we could get a decent reaction, could get a decent move. So yeah, here we are. All these lows got bought, so there's 3 touch move, which gave us a 3-wave break up into this resistance. So now we've sat back into the breakup area. So if this holds and we don't close underneath this area here, we could break up and then start to wind back up. Could just chop around, but like I said, whichever way we break out of this area here is going to give us direction. My bet money at the moment is on a higher dollar. Right, let's just charge around this market and get going. I just lost my drawing tools. Right, so dollar is good. The markets are, here's the Dow. This is a daily chart with a 50-day average. So the moment we are sitting high above the 50-day average. Last time we touched it was down there on the 13th of April. So we've been disconnected from this 50-day average for quite a while. And as you can see from this trend here, from Liberty Day, April 25, we very rarely breached the 50-day average, but we tracked it. So here we need to track it and get back to that area here. So I can easily see us getting back to 48,300 to reconnect with this support and overshoot the 50-day average, and then pick up and then run into June. The normal cycle, let me just draw the normal cycle before we move on, because I think this is, I like cycles. Right, what you would normally expect in an average year is for the market to pop up in the May, drop back in the June, go back into the June, early June, and then really retrace as the volume falls out. People go on holiday. We get into July, and then normally in the quiet doldrums of July and August, you start to see this pick up as we get into the autumn. So if we hit these highs, if we come back here and hit these highs and fail, I can see us winding all the way back to at least this 48,000 mark, possibly lower, easily lower into the 47,000 mark, and then if that holds, then we can push back up. Midterm elections coming up, which is going to create a lot of turmoil, I think. If I'm wrong, we're going to continue to pick up. We're going to close above 50, pull back to 50, and then run up to 51, 52 plus. If I'm wrong, but typically this time of year you would sit high and then fall back into late June, early July, before picking up again. Okay, so that's the Dow. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq has been on such a tear. This is just I think this is just way too expensive, way too high. We've gone through these extensions even. So we've got major support here at 28.5. We have not touched 30. So, and we're way out of touch with the 50-day average. And you can see every time we get way out of kilt with the 50-day average, as I've just explained, we tend to, here we trend up. We touch the 50, we go up, touch the 50, we go up, overshoot it, get bought, overshoot it again, get bought, get bought. But we are so far away from it on this Nasdaq that I can't. To me, this is just too expensive. RSI is coming off. In actual fact, I was going to say we're divergent up there. We're not divergent. We are convergent, but we are pulling back. I wouldn't mind betting we'll come and see 28.5, go back to touch 30,000, maybe get above it, and then really start to come back and get back in touch with reality. So I think we've still got further to go. I could easily be so easy wrong if that closes under 28.5. In other words, just be careful, because this is very expensive. And in the UK alone, we've seen some couple of hefty drops on certain stocks. I've been buying dips in gold here. I think gold, if we touch 44.50 and lower, that's the time to really build up on gold. But if we start pulling up here on volume, which we appear to be doing, I'll be buying 4,500 with a stop under that 44.50 and looking for this to get back up to those highs. If we run, so this could be really good for the miners, by the way. If we start to run and hold 4,800, 5,000, we're potentially going to go to 6.5. Okay, if that pans out. Close under 4.5 significantly on lower volume, then we are coming much lower and we are done short term on gold. Right, let's quickly flip into stocks now. Before we go, let's look at wheat. So wheat is fine. This is a funnel pattern we talked about not so long ago. And we have a funnel pattern breakout here. We retested it, so we broke up, retested it, and then went on a really nice run back into this resistance area here. If we can get above $7 anytime soon in wheat, I'd expect that to go and find 8, and potentially really start to crack up there towards 10. If I'm wrong, we're going to fail around about the 7 mark. We've already struggled at just under 7, and we're going to fall right back into, who knows, maybe in the low as 5. We've got major support there at 6 now, so a retest of 6 might come along, and before we go back up. So I'm bullish. I'm holding out for at least 8. So I'm looking for this to pullbacks to continue to get bought, close above 7, and then run. That's what I'm looking for, but I'm just aware of the fact that might not want to do that. Right, so let's now go on to stocks we are looking at. So miners, I'm in this Central Asian minerals, is it? CAML in the UK, CAML. But a move into 161 plus, pulling back into support, retested 150 today. Volumes are slackening, so I need to see this close above 165 on volume for this to start to pick up and retrace into £2.250. Funnel pattern, if I pinch that back, let's have a look at funnel patterns today. So there's the funnel pattern. It's a compression of price and hopefully volume. So any move above this 165 on volume with a pickup in volume should see that go to 250 plus. Close under 140, and that is short-term toast. And that's on CAML. A couple of cheapies I'm in. This is not working out. Tech Capital. I actually bought this about 7, at least 7, if not slightly above 7. Here we are, just hanging under 6. So we look as if we're going to come and see 5.8, close on the 5.8, and that is toast as well. This one is doing a tons better, and it is Metal One. So Metal One, very short touch of 240. Seen quite a few patterns like this. Talked about IQE last week doing this. And this Metals One is doing this. Look at the volume over the last 2 days. Huge. 150 million is a penny stock. So it doesn't take much to get to 150 million. The main resistance is up there at 3.2. But on the face of it, that looks good. Any test of 1.4 is buyable in my view. And this just show you what IQE did. So IQE did this all through the last quarter of 25 into 26, and then just went bananas from 5p to 73p recently. But we are seeing a lot of selling now. We're reconnecting with 50-day average. So the theme of today is 50-day averages and volume and the funnel pattern. All right, and at Money Supermarket, that's touched the 200-day average up there. I've been talking about waiting for a pullback to 150, 160. At the moment, that doesn't look as if that's going to do it. Yeah, see that resistance up there? The volume's getting very low, so if we can pick up above 180, then we're off to the races, but potentially. But if we stay underneath that trend line, we are in trouble on that one. It's another one that I got shoved out of this. This is Rocks. Went all the way down to 1995. Retested 28, and here we are. Pull back to 2280, looking higher. Still time to get in on that one. 2460 is a pullback on that one to see if that can climb its way back to 30 plus. This is Shawbank. What's it? Shawbrook. I keep forgetting the name of this. Shawbrook. This is really bullish. To go under the support and close on just narrowly above the support on volume is incredibly bullish. So I bought this at 318. We touched 295 today, but the volume's coming in, so I think this is a really hot stock. It's got to prove itself, got to close above 320, otherwise that could really start to motor potentially. I know you are in this one, one or two of you are in this one. Yeah, at the moment these dips look as if they're buying. This is Telecom Plus, TEP in the UK. Close above 150, and you've got the potential to go and find 1250. Volume's looking better. So we've had Tate & Lyle with a takeover bid, swooning around on this extension down here at 350. Broke. Interesting that so we broke down here to 320 in March this year. But then once we started closing above that 350 again here in March, early April, then that looked as if that was potentially going to push higher. And there is a good funnel pattern. So we held the top of the funnel in 12th of May, and then boom, we broke up on the 14th. Right, so salt is looking 50, that's looking all right. And let's look at go to my other list. I think the bank's looking okay. This is RBS. I meant to look at Lloyd's today and I've forgotten, so let's do that now. Yeah, I think Lloyd's is looking good. I think this is a buy now. I like that pattern. Close above 96, 97 pen a pound. And I think Lloyd's can go back to the high and beyond. If it runs, we should be seeing 122, 130 plus. If that can hold and push up from here. Other UK stocks, let's have a look on my list. Glencore, CTEC. Yeah, I'm not in. This is not pulled back to trigger an entry for me yet, but I'm really interested in CTEC. I think this is another real potential one. So we did a massive breakup here in November 24. So we've just seen this pattern in what we're just looking at. God. Anyway, if you break support and then pop back up, which is this has done on volume, then the potential for this to break up through 240 is high. So I'm trying to wait for a pullback to £2 on CTEC, and A1 is looking better. Diageo. Bought this at 14.50, so this dotted line is my entry. No, it's not. That's very close to my entry. Recently saw 15.48, got close to 16, pull back, and we are on volume. Volume's picking up. So I would anticipate that we've got the potential to go into 20 on that one. May take a while. It's been an incredible downtrend, but the volumes are picking up, and this is looking like a good reversal stock, recovery stock. What else? Yeah, let's look at Advanced Medical. AMS in London. Yeah, I would really, so we had a nice three-touch move down there on the way up to that one from early April. So we boomeranged, the takeover talk is off, and this has boomeranged back down. So I would really like to see this go back to 185 at least, if not back. Yeah, 185 is the low here. I'm going to be patient and see if that can dip back, but this is the breakup area, 190. Yeah, I'm going to look for 190. So I like Lloyd's. I want AMS at 190. Okay. Anything else you are looking at? I've got some US stocks. So I'm tracking this one. This is Mara. This is Bitcoin related. Any pullback to 10 on Mara would be a buy for me. Olin has pulled back to support and looking higher. What else have I got now? Where's that gone? Here we are. Yeah, this one's running. This is another one that's running away from me. It hesitated on this one. The entry was 90. We're currently 103 on now service. The US stock. Really picking up the volume on this. I'm going to be patient. If it runs away from me, fine, I'll leave it. But that's now NOW for service now. And I think that's it. Workday. That is looking good on Workday. I want to see a drop. Novo Nordisk. I would really like to see that lower. I'd like to see that come down to 40.41. That would be a target entry. Netflix, that's it. Yeah, so I talked about Netflix. That's really make a decent move now. So that's a buy at 87.80. Right, anything you want to look at before I go? So this is what's dragging the Nasdaq down. Stocks like Marvel Tech running up into extensions and really coming off. A lot of the chip manufacturers are doing this. This one's overhyped. LITE. Yeah, so it's a lot of stocks coming off. No, not aware. Excuse me. Oh, that to me, that's a technical reason. We've hit an extension. Excuse me. And so I'd be interested in that 75.70. All right, I've got a very dry throat here, so I think I might just finish this up early. Anything else I'm looking at? That's a gap fill at 134 on CRDO. Anything else you want to look at? Okay, let's leave it there. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, I'll stay in touch. I will let you know if I see anything interesting. But yeah, looking at Lloyd's, AMS, and Netflix tomorrow. See you then. Bye.